question?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yo.
Cool.
Yo, I got the question.
We got
I
the
got a
answer.
question for y'all. I got a question for y'all though, man. Look,
Mm-hmm.
y'all ready to talk some Falcon football?
That's what I'm talking about.
Cause a lot of y'all, man, I'm kind of conflicted. Y'all see the title in the background. A lot of y'all got trust issues. And I see Millie Mills, he had it already like he always is. What's going on, man? What is going on? What's going on? Talk to him right quick, Chris.
Hey, man, how y'all feeling? It is 2:00. Time for us to rock on here, man. Pop-up show. Giving y'all a little something, and we got a couple of topics. Actually, even have a fan question, so we're gonna get into all that stuff, man. There's some interesting stuff going on the interweb with old Baker Mayfield. We're gonna talk about that a little bit. I know Smitty did a video on it and everything. We didn't get a chance to talk about it last night, so we're gonna bring it to y'all. And also, man, hey, don't forget, y'all still gotta join us later on too. Possibly we're gonna have a little show for y'all later on as well. So, just making our rounds, y'all. We're just making our rounds.
That's what I'm talking about, man. But yeah, when you look at what's been going on with the Falcons the last week and a half with the president of football situation. Then a couple of days ago, you hire your new coach, add your offensive line coach or offensive line coach. You're still gonna add an offensive coordinator. And Falcons been mad about it, man. They've been pissed. They've been in my comments just going crazy, going ham. We were on the show live the other day. People was in the chat cutting up. So I got to ask y'all, do you got trust issues with Matt Ryan? I just want to know, because
it's a great question.
The reason why is you got to ask about trust issues. When an inexperienced guy, 680 fan talked on this a little bit, I might put it up about him being inexperienced in the moves he's been making. Mm-hmm. How does he have the power to do this in a shorter period of time after being at CBS about 2.5 weeks ago? But I keep telling y'all, this is not just started with Matt Ryan. This has been going on for a while. He just wasn't hired to do it yet. He was learning behind the scenes. He was talking to other GMs around the league, trying to, pull together notes on how to do the job. And president of football, to me, if you over the GM, you're basically a general manager still. But I think he took Rich McKay's spot, just a younger guy in the same spot. But the difference is Matt Ryan was an NFL player, and then they said that as well. Just because you're an NFL player don't mean, you can pull off certain things. And look, I get it. But at the same time, like Chris said, you got to trust what's going on, and they got to make it work. But Millie Mills, before we go on with Chris, he said, I think we got trust issues. We've been blatantly lied to by former coaches. Blank lied to us. McKay, he lied about Julio being a Falcon for life. We got former quarterbacks giving us the middle finger. So, yeah. And I get that.
Yeah.
I get
it. Yeah, it's honestly a talking point. It is, regardless of whether we like it or not, we can pull from Falcon history, from former players, GMs, coaches, et cetera, and just little things. We have our own different gates that we've had, sent over with players. I can just think about just Bijan, when that whole headache gate or whatever that happened with Arthur Smith. So I understand what he's saying, and I get it. But it's like when you look at it, going back to it when Matt Ryan was first hired, I'm telling you, like at least 80% of the fan base was with it. So that's my only thing. If we were with that, it just kind of like don't make any sense not to at least. I understand being cautious about the moves, inexperienced guy, but we still have to trust in somebody. And the man is an Atlanta Falcon. He said, regardless of what organization and regardless, he thanks CBS, he thanked the Colts organization, but he's always been a Falcon. We've always been looking for somebody who can embody what we believe in and want to be, which is a winner and want to care about the organization. We have that in Matt Ryan, and he's trying to make these different moves. We have to trust in something. It can't be, so we just lose faith just because he hires Kevin Stefanski. And then you look at it now, we're also looking at GMs, and we'll get into that as well. But that's my only thing. Just I feel like we need to have at least a little bit more trust in Matt until he loses it. If he loses our trust, then okay. But right now we're in the early stages, and I just think it's kind of unfair for the fan base to kind of just not necessarily turn their back on Matt, but just to at least not to be at least optimistic about what he can possibly do. I feel like optimistic is fair.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But right quick, man, we're gonna share what 680 the fan had to say about the situation and what I was just talking about. They talking about, why it's gonna be the scariest part of Matt Ryan doing the job. Take a quick listen to this. We're just gonna play a little bit of it.
As of 2 weeks ago, Matt Ryan was the same as Dan Orlovsky and Terry Bradshaw, just former quarterbacks that were on TV. As of 2 weeks ago, Matt Ryan's opinion on the next Falcon head coach would have been about the same as mine, Chuck's, and yours. Now, he's a little more informed. He played the game, but don't get fooled, folks. Just because you play the game does not mean your opinion is as informed as sometimes a fan or a media member, because I've talked to a lot of players, and I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? That's the single scariest part. In 2 weeks, Matt Ryan had a meteoric rise from you were on the set at CBS to we're interviewing you for a job we created for you. We're naming you president of football. You began interviews and you hired one of the two most important people in an NFL franchise, the head coach, and you're going to announce the next hire of the GM, which is the next most important in the days ahead. That's very scary. Matt had no onboard training. Matt had nothing other than he does have resources that we don't have. I'm sure he reached out to tons of people in the league who knew Kevin, knew the other candidates, who got background, who gave insight, all of it. But at the end of this, Matt Ryan did something he's never done in his life. He hired a head coach for an NFL job. When 2 weeks ago, if I told you Dan Orlovsky's going to hire the Falcon next head coach, y'all would have gone, what? So that is scary. It really is scary to think about somebody who's never done this, and we're just going on hope that Matt, who in 2 weeks went from TV to president to hiring the coach, that's a frightening thought.
Oh, boy.
I mean, I can't lie. I hear where you're coming from, especially toward the end, where it's saying you are having an inexperienced guy. We talked about that even when he first did when he was even brought up. We even talked about, yes, it's going to be some inexperience there. It's going to be some growing pains, but we're going to have to live through it if that's the hire that we go with. So now that we're here, yes, it is hope and having been optimistic about what he can get done, because that's the only thing we have to go off of. Hate it or love it. That's where we're at. So, I mean, I hear what he's saying about, Matt Ryan being 2 weeks ago and everything. But again, behind the scenes, and we both have talked about this and agree on this, this is not just a 2 week thing. This thing was going on behind the scenes, and under our nose, whether we knew it or not, for longer than that. So, I mean, again, just like what he said about having the relationships and made tons of phone calls. Yes, you're absolutely right. He did. And again, I saw a comment too. Yeah, ATL Corey said, I love Matt. It's just who he hired. I understand, but at the end of the day, he wanted someone who would experience with offenses, who's done it for multiple years, multiple franchises, and has already been a head coach, not someone who was going to come into it. Now, yeah, it would have been kind of nice, start having somebody starting out 0-0 and see where we can get to. But at the same time, Matt wanted someone with experience to lay an experienced hand on Bijan Robinson, who's going to be here, on Michael Penix, who obviously is going to be here too. So at the end of the day, we got to kind of still trust it. At the end of the day, it was going to be somebody that we got that not everybody was going to love. Like most of the people would have loved Kubiak. Not everybody was in love with Kubiak.
Yeah, it's going to be split either way.
Regardless.
Yeah, I agree. Ben Lack said, what's up, guys? Tapping in from Cleveland Avenue, man. Shout out to you. He said, nah, Matt Ryan too hyped right now. Season ain't near started yet. Too much they need to do before the smiles come in. And what he mean by that? before the season start. That's all he's saying. They just got a long road ahead. And DA, shout out to DA. That's our boy, man. Y'all go check him out. DA ATL Sports. He said I would take an inexperienced Matt Ryan over Rich McKay any day. Matt Ryan, in my opinion, is the perfect for the job. Matt knows talent, and he proved that as a player.
And he knows the locker rooms too. He knows the player relationships. I mean, am I right, Smitty? I mean, him just say it.
Yeah, you're right. Ain't no way around it.
Just he's done it before, man. And just it's just different. Being in those locker rooms and being able to have relationships with players and actually like know some of the struggles that they go through and everything, being able to say like the right things or just being able to build the right relationships. And I do believe that he's going to put the logo before all, man. And that's the thing that I really want more than anything. I just want somebody that's going to put the logo before any of the personal things. Just get it done. That's what we really want in Atlanta. Someone that's going to get it done and people who's going to get it done. So far, it's been a while. It's been 8 years since we've been able to have somebody to really get it done. We've been close, but of course we don't get you don't get nothing for almost. So
yeah, that's true. Shout out to our boy. Let's Get It GA, man. Y'all go check him out on YouTube. Red and Black Nation and Let's Get It GA, the gaming channel. He does his thing over there on YouTube, 2 channels. So y'all go subscribe to both of them. But if you're listening right now, and if you can, drop your link in the chat to your channel. He said, I'm here now. Always good to hear my guy tell it like it is. Always love, fellas. Always love my guy. Thank you for the donation. But yeah, Chris, you absolutely 200% correct. And one thing that y'all still, the thing that y'all still don't see, I think y'all don't see, is not only is Rich McKay gone, but it's somebody else that Arthur Blank trusts outside of Rich McKay. That is the biggest thing that y'all missing. Because if he had now he says Rich McKay is no longer in football, he done just pushed him off totally. But he told us that before. But as long as he got Arthur Blank phone number and Arthur Blank ask his opinion on something, he gonna give it, so he can still influence any situation. Right. So let's keep that 100. But when you got somebody else now in the front office that can sway Mr. Blank, it's another person that he can sway, and that's Josh Blank, the son.
Yeah.
So when you think about change coming, this is the change that you want. It might not be the guy that you want, but you ask for change and you got it. So if you got the change you want it, sit back, watch it develop, and just let it roll.
Right. Yeah, I hate to say this, but you really do have to trust the process. I know Philly people know about that, but that's what we have down here. It's going to have to be a process. It was a process to even get here. Think about it, from when Matt Ryan was a player and how the salary cap was and how many years and how long has it been to even get to where we are now, just being so close to just being a playoff team and just being the right coach, having the right people in the building, just overall in the organization, being just this close to possibly not only being a playoff team, but never know, making a big splash in the playoffs. So it's just, you look at the Seahawks. I'm just using the example. Look at the Seahawks and what they've been able to put together, and now look where they are, just a game away from the Super Bowl. That could be the Atlanta Falcons if these pieces really work. So that's what I'm saying. Like, that optimism has to be there because we are so close. We really are.
Yeah, and you think about it, man. 2020, Baker Mayfield's last season in Cleveland, 11-5. They had weapons. The offense pretty much set up the same. You got a running back, you got a key receiver, you got a tight end, and I think there's a good chance that Kyle Pitts comes back because of Kevin Stefanski, but we'll see. Then you talk about the defense side of the ball. You got Myles Garrett in Cleveland. You got a damn good pass rusher. Just had 57 sacks last year. So it's set up the same as the 2020 Cleveland Browns with talent. All they have to do is put it together. And my boy Tremel says Stefanski is the coach now. So we got to at least give him 2 seasons to create, just like we did Raheem Morris. And that's absolutely correct. Clay said, I'm happy Matt didn't wait too long, causing us to get stuck with the 4th or 5th best guy. And this is the reason why they move fast without a GM. But y'all got to think, Matt is the acting GM. If he's in place already, He's the acting GM. So he's over the GM, so he's going to make the move regardless. So why not get the coach you want? But one thing that we told y'all on a previous live, they're getting together, Matt Ryan and Kevin Stefanski. They're getting together, talking to both of the top candidates. That's Josh Williams, that's Ian Cunningham, and they're going to come up with a decision what's best for them and how to make this whole situation work. So, Clay, you absolutely correct. If they had waited longer, guess what? They could have ended up with one of these first-year guys again, because if Stefanski does not come here Saturday for that meeting, he's in Tennessee the next day. He's probably going to be hired that same day. So they couldn't wait.
And you look at it, other teams aren't waiting too, like Tennessee. They still went ahead and ended up getting Robert Saleh. Now, for those who don't want Robert Saleh, if he'd have went down there Stefanski and then Robert Saleh would end up getting hired, y'all have been mad about that. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm happy that Matt didn't wait. We was talking about that as well, that the Falcons got to get a move on. They really can't afford, with all the turnover and all the positions that need to be filled, they could not afford to wait so long for like a Clint Kubiak anyway, who still may not pick the Atlanta Falcons just because you have the Baltimore job out there. The Buffalo job has now become available. And especially if you're talking about trying to get an offensive-minded guy, somebody that can hopefully work with Penix and unlock him and work whatever bridge quarterback that's going to be here. In the meantime, you want somebody that's going to be able to handle the offense and be able to handle the weapons. Well, this is the closest thing that we got to it. So, again, this was the second best option. The Atlanta Falcons got him. And at the end of the day, you got to think about the swiftness of how he's moving. And just even going to it, just like Smitty was talking about the GM. The GM search is on, and we're going on with that. Think about the different places that he's looking for GMs. Most of these places that we're hearing about GMs have all been playoff teams or just legendary teams that just always get it done
with structure.
So it's the little moves that he's making within it that you got to look at too. I mean, he still went and got experience. I understand about the record, but it's experience, and he didn't wait too long going into February when we know we have decisions that we have to make and we need people in place already to build such structure. So, it's just, again, perspective, y'all.
Yeah, that's all it is. DeAndre, thank you for the donation, my brother. He said we're going to average 25 to 30 points a game and hold opponents to 20 points a game. And if we can do that, hey, that's a recipe for a winning season, man. It is. Right. Also, that boy Fly was good. He said we as fans have no control over who's hired, so we got to accept good with the bad. Matt has the power to fire. Let's see how it plays out. I don't think he'll put up with being lackluster. And see, that's the thing. When certain fans understand what's going on, we all got to jump on board. Don't get me wrong. He wasn't my first pick. But after I did the research, looked at what was going on and how things were going, I said, I mean, you think about it, it's a damn good hire because, like we told y'all, that front office in Cleveland is a shit show. So at the end of the day, look, you got to roll with what's going on, and you got to roll with the times. You got to think he's younger. Y'all wanted Harbaugh, some of y'all. He's 63 years old. Kevin Stefanski, 20 years younger. Think about it. But right quick, man, before we move on to the next topic, because Chris gonna move on to the next topic, we're gonna welcome my boy DA to get his thoughts on Matt right quick. DA, what's going on?
What's going on, man? What's going on? Man, I just want to say this, man. Thank you for letting me come on, Smith. I promise I'm only gonna be 3 minutes. I'm at work right now.
You good. Go ahead.
I'm gonna just say this. For everybody that's tripping about Kevin Stefanski, Matt Ryan, let me explain to y'all the situation, because I know Smitty and Chris know, and a lot of guys know. Like, man, I'm gonna just tell y'all fans something. Go back to the 2019 Minnesota Vikings offense, right? Kirk Cousins went over through 3,600 yards. That year they went 6 in rushing. Now think about it. You giving Kevin, now folks don't know about Kevin Stefanski as the OC. They just looking at the Cleveland Browns and their record when to talk about what was done to Shedeur Sanders. I'm gonna tell y'all something. Everything that was done to Shedeur came all the way from the NFL league office, man, on draft night, trying to make an example. But the fact of the matter is, you giving Kevin Stefanski, a guy who's been 2-time coach of the year, a B. John Robinson, a Kyle Pitts, a Drake London, and whatever else they're going to do at receiver. right? And think about it, guys. What folks don't realize is, and I'm gonna say this, he's back reunited with Kirk Cousins. Because remember, when you think about Kirk the year after 2019, you talking about if Kirk Cousins doesn't get hurt, Minnesota may get to the NFC Championship that year at the rate they were going, right?
Yeah.
So if you look at, and same thing with Matt, I talk about Matt all the time, man. I seen Michael Vick. We seen all the quarterbacks in between Vick and Matt. This is why I trust Matt Ryan, right? And I'm gonna stay on point. Matt Ryan's last season in Atlanta, Matt Ryan put up MVP numbers with backup receivers. No Julio, no Calvin Ridley, a rookie Kyle Pitts, right? The year before they think about that. Matt Ryan was consistent, even though the Atlanta Falcons didn't give Matt Ryan consistency. Yeah, he had the Julio Jones, the Roddy Wright, the Harry Douglas, the Taylor Gabriel, the Michael Turner, all those guys. But think about it. Matt Ryan is going to give something to the Atlanta Falcons that he didn't get as a player. And because Matt Ryan went through what he went through as a player here, I think that's going to be better for the organization because he better than anybody else knows what the Atlanta Falcons desire, right? And the fact he's the president and he's going to have a say-so over quarterbacks, whether it be Penny. I think where they are, man, they're in a great situation. I think Stefanski has something to prove. I don't think he's against black quarterbacks, as everybody's saying. And I think they finally look like they know what they're doing. And think about it, bringing Callahan back in with the O-line. Ain't no mistakes being made.
Yeah.
So,
and to that point about Callahan, like I said in the last one too, you think about it. Anytime he's had like his thing is you got to play to people's strengths sometimes because when he has I would say above average to elite talent, it's like it's flawless, just like DA was saying. Like you were talking about multiple Pro Bowlers on the same line. But when he has below average, like he did in Tennessee, that's when you can make a complaint because people are talking about, his offensive line for Tennessee, it was trash. I mean, yeah, but the best talent was ranked a 79 for those who care about the PFF grades. And that's not good if that's your best offensive line. Then on top of it, you think about it, going to this dealing with Bill that last year in Cleveland, because I know some people probably look at that too. They were ranked 24th, but they were dealing with injuries that year too. Yeah. Other than that, you had ranked 8th, ranked 6th, and ranked number 1. All with Kevin Stefanski.
Yeah.
So just perspective, man. I think we got some good talent down here on our offensive line. At least 3 guys: Bergeron, of course, Chris Lindstrom. You could have Caleb McGarry come back, but I wouldn't be surprised if they may go a different direction. Same thing with center. But again, you have some building blocks that you can still piece together and get you a number 1 offensive line. And what's the best? What's the offensive line? The best friend of a quarterback, especially one that's coming off an injury.
And I want to say one more thing if y'all don't mind. One more thing.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
But I don't realize if you look at Kevin Stefanski, Matt LaFleur, Sean McVay, and Kyle Shanahan, what do they love to do? They are analytical guys. They love that wide zone with the run game. They love that play action game. And think about it. And they have Matt Ryan, who's also an analytical guy, right? A lot of folks don't pay attention to these guys. These are analytical guys, and they are what you call schemers. So when you talk about what you want from a Sean McVay or Matt LaFleur, right, who may fall out of the 3 in terms of what they bring, but it's going to be the exact same thing we saw in 2016. So that's what I'm excited about, man.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
That's what I'm talking about, man. But DA, man, as always, we appreciate you stopping through, my brother. Stay safe out there. I know it's cold out there, so have a safe trip home, my brother.
I will, man. Look, hopefully y'all have that show later on, man.
Oh yeah, we in there, man. We in there.
I'm gonna drop the chain, man. I told y'all guys, whenever that chain roll in, man, I'm gonna share the love with my brother, man. Drop a little chain.
Appreciate you. No doubt.
All right, y'all be safe, man.
Yes, sir.
Right, appreciate you. But yeah, man, he absolutely right, man. You got to look at things from different angles. But this is gonna segue us into the next segment. Mm-hmm. Chris, go ahead.
Well, first of all, somebody had mentioned his name earlier in the chat, and he was kind of mentioning about old Baker. It's just already the rivalry for the NFC South, I feel like it's going to be heating up. You kind of looked at it and realized, the past history between the quarterback and the head coach now for the Atlanta Falcons. But it really just heated up. It blew up Twitter yesterday. I know, Smitty, you dropped a video on it and everything, but we just got to just talk about it because it relates to us now. We involved, y'all. So Baker Mayfield, can you, if you don't mind, Smitty, can you just pull up?
Read that from Let's Get It, and then I pull it up because they're gonna segue right into it.
Said I heard what Baker had to say about Stefanski. Thinking about it, he's not wrong. But how I look at it, I think it was more of the front office decision. But I think the coach wasn't against it either, and that's fair. That's a fair assessment.
Yeah. But this is what D-Led put up.
Yeah, D-Led be stirring that pot, boy. Certified pot stirrer.
Be on that bullshit sometime, but he my guy. He my guy. Let's get it right. He my guy. He been around forever. I was reading articles in elementary school. Yes, I said that right. Elementary school.
Yeah, DA been doing it for a long time. But said Kevin Stefanski had a dumpster fire at quarterback in Cleveland. Baker Mayfield and Deshaun Watson failed, which started a chain reaction of 11 other starters. Quarterback Shedeur Sanders closed out last season with 7 starts. There it is. Stirring that pot. And then he gets quoted by Baker Mayfield himself saying, failed is quite a reach, pal. Gave him the pal. Anyway, still waiting on the text/call from him after I got shipped off like a piece of garbage. Can't wait to see you twice a year, coach. Woo! I'm talking about
them fighting words.
Yeah, the NFC South don't cooked up a little bit more. Those 2 times a year just really even got, it just really got even more fiery. But that's good because I feel like the Bucks and the Falcons. I feel like lately, over the past few years, I feel like the rivalry has been there, but it hasn't really been there like that, So we've been kicking they behind lately. So, and Baker with this fiery comment, former coach, it's going to be interesting, 2 times a year. So it's going to, but my thing is, do you guys feel like Baker has a point? Do you guys feel like Baker should still be upset? That's my thing. I think that's where I'm at with it. Why are you still upset? Like years later, you with a team that wants you, and you're playing, you're having success. You haven't been division champions. You haven't been to the playoffs. You're having success. You're having good weather most of the time. You're not up there in Cleveland. It'd be cold. So regardless, I'm just feeling like first couple of seasons, I'm not even mad at you, but it's just like it's been like 4 or 5 years now. Why you still holding on to that? Why you still waiting on that text or a phone call?
You got your big contract,
right, man? Yeah, man, this is one of those things to where it's just like I had said on Twitter. I was like, man, he really has that everybody's out to get me type syndrome, and I know, sometimes great players, they create their own chips. I mean, I gotta talk about it, sometimes Michael Jordan used to create his own edge, no matter how he could find it, sometimes, that's what people do. But at the same time, that's a real live champion, I'm saying, considered the GOAT. So it's just like at the end of the day, I don't understand. And by the way, yes, he did request for his trade. Now, that was the same year that Matt Ryan requested for his trade as well, because both teams dealing with that Deshaun Watson thing, and it ruined relationships, to be honest. And at the end of the day, nobody benefited from it. Because you think about it, even for the Falcons, the draft pick I think that we got for Matt Ryan, who was the draft pick? I can't remember anymore, because I know that Troy Anderson was the Julio pick, but I can't remember who we drafted for with the Matt Ryan pick. Either way it goes, I'm just saying it didn't work out for anybody anyway, dealing with the Deshaun Watson thing, because Browns, they still looking for quarterback situation, a better quarterback situation. And quarterback situation right now, I mean, we kind of know, but we kind of don't. So it's like, at the end of the day, I just feel like it's best for everybody just to move on.
Yeah, you got to move on, man. I said it on the video I did, man. One thing about it, man, when a team makes a change, ain't nothing you can do about it. It's a business at the end of the day. They felt like they couldn't get the job done with you, and mainly because you threw 35 interceptions the first 2 years. That gave them a reason to pause. But that third year, under Stefanski, his first year getting there, a playoff team, 11-5.
5. Yep. Won a
You couldn't
playoff
ask for more than that. Yeah, beat Pittsburgh, beat the snot out of Pittsburgh. And you couldn't ask for more than that. But sometimes front offices get greedy and say, we got something in place that's nice. Instead of that, Mercedes-Benz, fuck it. Let's go for the Bentley. And they paid the money for the Bentley. And guess what? That W12 engine, V12 or whatever the hell it is, that motherfucker gave out.
Oh man, that thing was leaking oil out the parking lot, man. You ain't even know it.
But see, the thing about it, I don't think they really thought about before they made that move. What's the situation that he had going on off the field? I don't think they factored that in. They were just looking at Tyler. Don't get me wrong. That rookie season he had before he got hurt, he was reset all kind of rookie records. Because remember, Baker threw 27 touchdowns in his rookie year.
Mm-hmm.
So Baker think about it. Deshaun Watson, he doesn't get hurt. He missed half the season. He did this in about eight or 9 games through 19 touchdowns. So he's on pace for 40 plus touchdowns. Probably, I would say about 4,500 to 5,000 yards. And that Houston team probably is a deep playoff run. But see, that's the thing. When you make moves, you got to do your homework. And did they do their homework? Yeah, they did their homework. But it seemed like they cheated off somebody else's paper because guess what? Those off the field issues did not go away for the 2 years after he was signed. So now they stuck with $131 million in cap space if they were to release him this year or next year.
And he's nowhere near the player that he was in Houston. He hasn't been. The return of investment is not there. And I'm just thankful that the Browns paid that guaranteed money and saved the Falcons from a bullet. You know, most of the times when the Falcons and the Browns are in a situation, the Falcons normally come out on top. So that's why another reason why I'm optimistic about this Stefanski thing. Maybe it just didn't work for y'all. Maybe y'all got something on y'all that's not working. And hopefully, again, you know, he can come here and change things, you know, especially with the playoff situation and et cetera. And, and don't be wrong. Yes, Stefanski did big up Deshaun Watson and everything in the situation. He could be the future of the team, but that is just a company guy going with what the company wants to do, in my opinion. But I mean, some people can say that, you know, Baker was left out to dry, but he also was dealing with a shoulder situation, a shoulder injury or something like that around that time too. So it's like perspective is a lot of things. Maybe they just front office didn't believe that he was going to recover from it, even though he did. But maybe they felt like he wasn't going to recover from it. And they just like, well, Deshaun, he just wants out and he's about to be back. He's going to be good. We'll go with him. We'll rock with him. You know, we can have the face of our franchise right here. And they pulled the trigger on it. And yeah, they did ship off Baker and the rest was history with him. But now he does have a home now. And now we have a head coach. We're going to see what it's going to be 2 times a year. Makes for must-see football for Atlanta Falcons fans and Tampa Bay Buccaneers fans. And like I said, it just puts like a little bit of more spice onto that rivalry. So I'm here for it.
He 1-3. He 1-3 against Raheem Morris. So if you have a better coach that can put up points, he may be starting to lose more games. So sometimes you just got to keep your mouth shut.
That's true.
Georgia Clay Dre, what's good, my guy? Mike McDaniel just withdrew from Brown's head coaching job.
Yeah, I will withdraw too.
And he actually ended up in San Diego. Los Angeles, I mean.
Yes, yeah. Hey, man, Harbaugh, them Harbaughs can talk, man. And one thing about, like, it was already stated that they wanted him for their offensive coordinator job. So they made sure it was one of those things to where when you go to dinner with some of these teams, man, they make sure you don't leave. And we've already seen it. Harbaugh, they went to dinner. He didn't leave. Stefanski went to dinner at the owner's house, didn't leave. And, you know, same thing with that's happening right now. Oh shoot, same thing happened with Sala. They went to dinner that night, impressed each other.
Bro, let me tell you, Chris. That motherfucker give me a $300 steak. I ain't going nowhere either.
Man,
I'm gonna keep it real with
you. That's all you need to get Smitty to sign the dotted line.
Shit.
Go ahead and make sure
that look.
Go ahead and have it in the contract too, to where he never has to for chicken wings, and boy, he'll stay. You don't even care about the talent.
You give me a Wagyu steak, I bring Bernie Kosar back to play quarterback.
See what I'm saying? Yeah, see, now you cutting up. Now you cut
$300 cheap for a steak. Yeah, it is. That's why I upgraded the Wagyu. I had to think about it for a second. The Wagyu ain't cheap.
Yeah, man. Oh, wow.
And I know you know, D, you big money, so I know you probably ate at the Michael Jordan Steakhouse before. I ain't gonna tell nobody else.
I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I always wanted to go to that spot. Still might.
Yeah. Hey man, look, we still got the rest of our life, man. Look, we might hit that thing up down the road. You just never know. Just never know. But look, before we go on, man, my boy, let's get it. Want to get a couple of words in right quick. Then we're gonna move to the third and final topic, which is a fan question. But let's get your GA. Go ahead, my guy.
Man, Sean, what you want?
My brother, what's happening, man? What's happening?
What's going on, family?
All right, man. I'm just here to enjoy the show, man. But I know y'all going on to the next topic, man. I'll stay back, man, and let y'all do what y'all do, man, and I'll chime in, when it seems fit.
No, I mean you had something that you wanted to chime in about, right? You were saying before we moved on, we wanted you to let you chime in.
Yeah.
The main thing that I wanted to speak on, Smitty and Tilt, man, and I get it. It's reservations. You got some people that don't trust Matt Ryan, and I totally get that. But one thing, when he had his introductory press conference, and Smitty, I talked to you about this the other day, when he made that specific comment about it's unfinished business. If anybody that knows what he meant by that, he was talking about 28-3. I think we could all agree to that, right?
Oh yeah.
So I caught on to that. As soon as he said it. Going back to that time, it's still unfinished business. I'm not gonna speak on it, but with that collapse, I put just as much blame on Matt Ryan as anybody else. But that's a subject for another day. But like I said, when we talked about this the last time, Matt Ryan better get this shit right, bro. Because, with the fan base and how everybody's mentality is, nobody ain't got time to sit back and wait for another 7-8 years for some success.
Oh, I just said that himself.
Nobody's trying to do that. We just seen this song. We just seen this dance before. We want results. No, I do agree that, we got to take a wait and see approach. We got to see, where this is going, but the patience is wearing very, very thin on the fan base, and I totally understand that because I'm on that too. So
yeah, and that especially for the OGs like us and people older than us who've been fans 40, 50, 60 years. They tired, and some of them we be on the show saying we want to see a ring before we leave this earth. Is we gonna do it?
I know I do. You know what I mean? And I know another thing too, fellas, is that a lot of people's reservations is like, man, he's a first-time head coach. I listen to everybody. But, with the exception of, my argument, my pushback on that is, with the exception of Mike Vrabel, you look at first-time head coach like Ben Johnson. Everybody seen the kind of success that he had because of quarterback play. Now, I'm not comparing Ben Johnson to what we got on our coaching staff, but what I am saying is the difference is Ben Johnson had a quarterback that he could coach.
Right.
Somebody got to convince me that the Bears roster as it currently constructed is better than our roster currently constructed. Nobody can convince me of that.
Nah,
the only difference between us and them is quarterback play.
They got a damn good roster.
Yeah.
But it ain't
I'm not saying they don't.
Yeah.
But I don't think they roster's head and shoulders above us. That's all I'm saying, big bro.
Agreed. Thomas Freeland, he said $300 for a steak is cheap. kind of job y'all got? $40 out of me. Hey, Thomas, I'm just saying, my guy. But DJ, what's good, my guy? What's good?
What's happening?
Let's segue into this last question right quick.
Oh yeah, the
fan question Chris got. Go ahead, A1.
All right, so and shout out to Harold Wallace, man. Shout out to you. Said we was gonna get this on our next pop-up. So here you go. Said, hey, A1, a good question for you and Smitty. Can Stefanski win the fans? The Shador issue will be there. There are mixed reviews about the hire. Will he ever be able to really win the city and get the city behind him? Winning, yes. So he already took that out of the equation. Winning, yes, but I think it will take more. What you say? Nah, I ain't gonna lie, that's a good one, especially when you are.
It's a great ass question.
Yeah, especially when you already take winning out of the situation, because of course it's easy to say winning will help, but besides winning, I would have to say, because I can't even just say embody the city, because we've already had guys come in here like Kirk Cousins and like Raheem Morris, and you come in and just be kind of like what they're into the city and into what you're trying to do when everything is going right. But outside of winning, I would say maybe just be transparent. Don't be sneaky.
Oh yeah, definitely got to do that. Oh yeah,
be transparent. I think that would be transparency. I think goes a long way. Besides winning, honestly, just really lead by example. I think those are my things. Some transparency, leading by example, and last thing maybe accountability. What y'all got?
Damn, boy, you on the money, boy. You hot in fish grease today, boy. I'm gonna just keep it simple, bro. I'm gonna say just be consistent at what you do. And what I mean by that, be consistent with winning football games. Don't win 2, lose 3, win 2, lose 3. Be consistent and have good streaks. Win 3, lose 1, win 3 more, and just be consistent in what you do. Be consistent in drafting talent. Be consistent in getting the right free agent to come to Atlanta. Just be consistent in what you do. If he's consistent in what he does with this offense, with the weapon that he has, I have no problem with him, man. Not at all. Because if he's consistent, they're going to win football games. They win football games, everybody going to shut the hell up. End of story.
Well, for me personally, I'm gonna take the real route. The real route. You're not going far if you don't have consistent quarterback play. I don't give a damn who you are as a coach. If you can't, if you're not right at the quarterback position, you're not going far. Because like everybody says, players can get coaches fired. Players can also get coaches hired and extension too. But I'll say this though. Don't laugh at me. I just lost my damn train of thought just that quick. Winning cures everything, man. Winning cures everything.
Absolutely.
I'll think of it and make it pop up in my head in a second, man. But go ahead.
That's what happens when you got all them thoughts up there, man.
Yeah, I'm doing. What's going on, my guy? Hey, look, I mean, it happens, bro. Yeah, we the same age, so if you doing that, imagine what I be doing. I can be talking to somebody and coming right while I'm talking, that shit just disappear.
Yeah. So,
but
it's just my thing is. Go ahead, my bad. No, go ahead, big bro. Go ahead.
Okay, now the part that y'all got to understand about this Shador Sanders issue. He put it exactly correct. He said the issue will always be there because sometimes when they done made up their mind how they feel about it, and you stuck with it the rest of your life. But at the same time, if you look at what Shador Sanders said, he said it was tough. It was tough, but at the same time, he learned from it. He growed through it. and they talked after he left. So if he can forgive, we should forgive. But go ahead, let's get it.
Well, like I said, if you don't have decent quarterback play, you're not gonna get very far in this league. You can have all the talent in the world, but if your quarterback, if you don't have consistent, quarterback play, I'm not saying you the quarterback, whoever it may be, coming up this season, whoever it may be. I'm not saying that quarterback has to be elite, but doggone it, he's got to be serviceable. You know what I mean? To able just don't be the reason why we lose games. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Don't be the reason why we lose games.
Woo, boy.
And for God's sake, don't hold on to the timeouts. Please don't hold on.
That's all I'm saying.
Whew. Man. That boy decent. You was on the road.
I appreciate you, D, man. Hey, man, I'm just like it is.
All that matters is winning. Football is a business, and the business is winning. If none of win, the fan will fall in line. We don't have to like Stefanski. We just want to win. This is a business first and big buck. That's all we saying, my guy. Is you just win football game. That's what you're here for. Clay said he tired of getting coaches we like. They always end up second. I just want to win. I don't care if he's an a-hole. And look, that's an absolute fact as well.
I'm with Jay on that one. I'm with him on that one.
Clay, you are 100% correct, my guy.
Sheesh, not hot seat day one.
Chill out, George. Aztec say, in my opinion, I feel like Zach Robinson had a lot to do with the up and down quarterback play. 200%. 200%. 200%. No way around that. And sometimes when you just have the wrong pieces in place, at the end of the day, somehow you're gonna pay for it. Let's keep it funky. You're gonna pay for it eventually. So hey, it happens. But quick pop-up show, man. If y'all got anything to say before we get out of here, man, let it roll.
Hey man, just make sure y'all catch us later on tonight, because it's going down tonight.
Well, I'll say this. I get Michael Penix on to play, 12, 13 games or whatever the case may be. I'm not hearing that no more. Smitty, I talked to you about this the other day. Whether he got to get his ass in the film room or whatever the case may be, if he got to be the first one there and the last one to leave, he better do that. Because chat, Smitty A1, let me ask y'all a question. Caleb Williams, Jane Daniels, Michael Penix, J.J. McCarthy. What do all those quarterbacks have in common?
Same draft.
Yeah. And we've seen two of them have very, very early success. Very early success. So, Michael Penix, get your game up, bro. Do what you got to do. Ain't nobody trying to sit here and wait 4 or 5 years for you to finally figure it out. No. But a lot of that has to follow. Is going to fall on Stefanski's shoulders, too.
But
put him in the position to be successful once he gets back on the field. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, I got that. But before we get out of here, if we don't start the season and the quarterback that we have in place is having a good season, the team is on the roll and everything is trending in the right direction, do you really think they're going to switch out the quarterback mid-season?
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Justify their ego? I don't think so.
Absolutely not.
So if everything is going right, he's hitting like he's supposed to. Either way it goes, he won't be back 2027. I've been telling y'all that from the jump. Because if everything is falling in line with this team, offensive-wise, winning record, chalk it up. Yeah. Be back the fourth year, depending on who it is. Hey, he may not never take another snap. Because guess what? If they make a playoff run, that quarterback that's in place, guess what? He's going to be the quarterback in 27. And that's Michael Penix's fourth year. And that fifth year option is right after that. So what you going to do after that? You going to let him go to free agents or you going to re-sign him as a backup?
And I ain't trying to pile on, but, Bo Nix and Drake May as well. They've already had playoff appearances.
They in the AFC Championship game, both of them.
My bad. And he was part of that draft class too, Bo Nix. He was part of that draft class too. Just saying.
Hey, Raj, thank you for the donation, my brother. Go ahead, Chris. My bad.
No, I was just about to say we got to make it happen. And I mean, I hate what happened with Bo Nix and his ankle as well, but so because he's got to deal with that, and honestly, what we think he probably should be still good for training camp if everything he all right.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it play out.
We'll see.
But quick answer to your question, Eric. I don't see this as a retread because he's never coached in Atlanta. When we talk about retread, we talk about guys that have coached in Atlanta and players that have played here before. Now, is he a trending coach? Yes, he is. But you got to understand what he brings to the table, and I can't reiterate this enough. When you talk about the position of quarterback that has been a problem for the Falcons the last 5 years, you got to bring in a guy that can work with quarterbacks, who brings in a coaching staff that works with quarterbacks to get this thing in the right direction, because you have a superstar talent in Bijan Robinson that you just cannot waste. So you got to get the quarterback position right. You can't screw it up. You don't get it right, we fall off a cliff. We falling right back into the same old situation we in. So you got to get it right. But
it's gotta work. It's all gotta work.
But yeah, man. Right quick before we leave, man, tell everybody where to find you, Sean.
Hey, man, as Smitty said earlier before when I came into the chat, man, on my second channel, Red and Black Nation, man, I'm over there. Y'all can follow me on there. Red and Black Nation is the name of the YouTube channel. I'm talking all things Atlanta sports, Falcons, Hawks, Braves, and congrats to Andrew Jones on making the Hall of Fame, man. Well deserved. Well deserved.
Shout out to him, man. Shout out to him. Absolutely. Yeah.
Well deserved, man. And also when you guys, for my gaming guys out there, man, like y'all see it on the screen, let's get it GA. That is my gaming channel, man. I'm in the process of editing another simulation video where I downloaded. Shout out to Smitty for giving me the idea. I was able to download the 2016 Falcons, that offensive juggernaut that we had back then. So I'm compiling some gameplay on that, man. Y'all go over there and follow me out. Follow me over there. I'm right now currently 10 subs away from 1,300, man. And man, subscribe to the channel over there, help me get there, man. I appreciate the love, Smitty A1. Much love.
Appreciate you, my guy. Be safe out there.
Yes, sir.
Catch you later.
Yep.
But yeah, man. Like I said, for me though, A1 Family Sports platform on YouTube. Come on, be a part of the A1 family if you're not already a part of it. Also, Hawks Digest as well. Catch me over there talking all things Atlanta Hawks. Twitter A1 Forever, Instagram A1 Forever, and the real A1 Forever on TikTok. And man, I'll thank y'all as always for joining us, man. Make sure y'all keep rocking with us. Got something going on later on tonight. This video will go ahead and finish us on that. So again, everybody out there.
Facts. But yeah, man, y'all know where to catch me, man. Fatboy Slim _21 on Twitter. I'm always over there blowing that thing up. And continue to stay tuned to the Sports Machine, because I'm about to start dropping my free agent targets, trade targets, and NFL draft profile. So y'all stay tuned to that. And tonight, Todd McClure is going to roll through with us at 8 o'clock. We're going to talk everything Falcons. One of Matt Ryan's former teammates, so he's going to give us his thoughts on the early movement of the Falcons, what he thinks. And a lot of y'all are confused about Bill Callahan and that offensive line. He's going to break it down for y'all 100% when he slides through the night. Because old Mud Duck played center, one of the best in the Ring of Honor inductee. So, look, y'all slide through the night with us. We're going to have a good time. But for my boy Chris, this your boy Antoine Smith signing off. We're going to holler at y'all soon, man. Peace.